So what do we got going on Reddit today? Okay, sometimes I see weird stuff on the front page of Reddit. I had an affair and I don't want my husband to know. Do I even... I might as well read this. I feel this is like juicy and it'll be funny. The guy I'm sleeping with is feeling guilty and wants to tell our spouse it. Wait, so they're cheating on their spouses with each other? Oh, dude, that's so bad. How do I let him know it does more harm than good? These two people are apparently cheating on their spouses with each other, and one of them wants to tell their spouse. This is so bad. It's like double crossing. So it says, I know this looks bad, obviously, but I just want people to know that this is out of character for me. I don't cheat. Then why are you doing it? And I used to despise cheaters, but now I see it as more complicated than I gave it credit for. Okay, that's what they all say, right? Yeah. My husband Chris. Don't dox your husband. Okay, my husband Chris is the world's #1 husband. You're saying that after you cheated on him? Come on. I don't care what anyone says. We've been together since we were both sophomores in college. We are both 31. We got married when we were 25 and I have a 4-year-old. There's a kid in here? Oh. Adding a kid to the mix just makes it worse. We had a great marriage. He gave me attention, great sex, responsible, and companionship. A couple years ago, things started to get rocky. My husband's dad... So your father-in-law. A couple years ago, things started getting rocky. My husband's dad was diagnosed with cancer. Oh, poor guy. Thank God he's in remission. Oh, he's in remission. Okay, cool. That being said, throughout the time my father-in-law was getting treatment, it stressed out Chris so much. He became less interested in sex, no shit, and was understandably down because of it. This led me to feeling neglected, not just with sex, but the companionship. Okay, why do you have companionship as 2 words and you're typing it as 1 word before? Jeez. This led me to my coworker. Why are you doxing people? When you dox it, it makes it worse. Because if either their spouses read this, they got proof. This led to my old coworker Evan. Evan and I bonded because he was also neglected by his wife. They had triplets. They had triplets. It's understandable that it can be busy and stressful. Hell, when I had my one baby, that was a lot. That's still no excuse to neglect your partner. Does she not realize that she's neglecting her partner by going and sleeping with some other guy while her husband is dealing with her dad's cancer? What the? We were in an unimaginable situation. We both love our spouses, but we needed some affection and found it with each other. We weren't going to risk losing the love of our lives. The more I read this, the more brain cells I lose, I swear to God. Recently, he decided to consider violating my privacy and telling my husband. Has he actually done it, or is he just considering it? Recently, he decided to consider violating my privacy and telling my husband. The reason is he feels guilty and he's going to tell his wife. I feel guilty too, but that would cause more pain, and he has no right to decide if that's best between my husband and I. He's feeling down because his wife gave him a very thoughtful gift, a rare card or something. Is this like a Pokemon card or like a baseball card? I want to know. He said he's been very neglectful to the family. He said we owe it to them to tell them the truth. Okay, I can't agree at all. The affair should end. That being said, telling my husband is horrible. He should just start going back to normal. It would cause more pain to expose him to our selfishness. Oh, so he hasn't actually said it yet. He's considering it. So I'm glad that the guy involved in the cheating feels bad about this, because he should feel bad about it. But what I find so ironic is this woman saying that that her husband is neglecting her by dealing with the cancer stuff. It's no, I understand why he's neglecting me, because he's dealing with his dad having cancer, but he's still neglecting me, and I want my my affection, so I'm going and I'm sleeping with my coworker whose wife is neglecting him because she's dealing with triplets. It's at what point is this a thing where it's are these people thinking with their libido? I swear to God, it's a thing where it's dude, it's if you actually just take a second to think this whole thing through and think through the long-term outcomes, you would quickly realize that beginning in the first place is a horrible idea. It's what was going through these people's head when they decided, yeah, you know what, we're not getting enough affection from our own partners, let's sleep together. It's and what I'm also wondering is is this an ongoing thing or is this a one-time deal? That's what I don't understand. Because this person did not think through what they were doing, and it's funny to read through, but it's just man, you seriously didn't I'm shooketh. It's why didn't you think this through? Oh my God, mildly interesting. Look at this right here. Where's it at? This little guy right here, where my mouse is pointing at, where the magnifying glass is. This air vent is off drill. That's wild. Okay, but man, this story is so stupid. Marriage goals. What's this? I have a confession. When my hubby gets stuck on a part of a video game of a long period of time, I will look up the solution on my phone, then give him vague suggestions to push him in the right direction. I've been doing this for 6 years? Alright. I ain't gonna lie, I find that kind of funny. And I know people are gonna be like, oh, well, that's like annoying because you're ruining it for him, but he doesn't know it's ruining it for him, so it's like, she's helping him and she's not judging him for being stuck on the games. Like, this woman's actually kind of base. That's kind of base that she does that. Okay, this is kind of interesting. So, Paul, I don't know if you've seen Game of Thrones. If you haven't, it's cool. I'm not going to talk spoilers, but Game of Thrones, amazing show. It's one of my favorites, but this actor right here, he's one of the strongest men in the world, if I'm not mistaken, but he's also known for playing the Mountain, which is a character on Game of Thrones, and the Mountain is like 7 feet tall. So it's like this woman right here. This is the character Cersei Lannister. Cersei's a fairly tall woman. She's like 5'10", but she looks tiny. Standing next to this guy's like 7 feet tall. What I find funny is that like this is him standing next to his father, I'm assuming that is, and his grandfather, and it's just like, dude. But when they're all standing together, they don't look so tall because they're all tall. Not to mention, I think this is probably the dad because he looks younger. The dad looks a hell of a lot like Ricky Gervais in this photo. Look, and so does he. Look at that smile. That looks so much like Ricky Gervais. He's like a tall Ricky Gervais with more muscle. Caught the bastard who's been chewing my bird feeder red-handed when he knocked it down today. No way. So first off, I remember like a couple months back, Paul, I showed you birds aren't real, which is, pretty funny. So, the fact that this guy is feeding birds is evil because he's giving into the evil rhetoric that the government wants us to believe that birds exist when they're actually spying on all of us. But apparently this guy's been filling this guy's bird feeder with stuff, and apparently he caught him red-handed when he knocked it down. Oh, damn, he actually broke it. It was a squirrel! Go squirrel! The squirrel is stopping the evil surveillance drones from getting their fuel. Because, whenever charging on the power lines didn't do enough, you just had to give them a little... Like, because I know those little bird feeder things, they have something in it that fuels them. I'm just kidding. I don't actually believe that. But it's just funny. I don't know. And it was so a squirrel must have been chewing on it. That must have been what it was. I thought for a second, like, a guy was doing that. What the... He's a fed. On God. Every hotel... Okay, I don't go to hotel bars because I'm not 21 yet. You just trying to have an ultra sad meal alone, the guy in the corner. Middle-aged couple doing Insane Tuesday public display. On God. I swear to God. And then the orange, local drunk telling a high school football story he's obviously told 300 times before. That's Frank Gallagher from Shameless. That's who that is. Bartender who is dead inside. Out-of-town businessmen looking to do sexual harassment. Dude, on God. I don't even go to bars. I know from watching enough movies and from watching enough TV shows, this is how it goes down. Overdressed young people who someone convinced this bar would be cool. And then the last guy on the end is attractive person you'd send a drink to if you had a completely different personality. Oh, and then the brown guy waiting for a date who will never show up. Every single movie that takes place at a bar, this is what happens. The local drunk thing makes me happy because it just reminds me of Frank from Shameless. Okay, stupid. It's okay if the answer's no, but Paul, have you seen the show Shameless or have you not seen it? If you haven't seen it, man, it's crazy, but it's honestly kind of phenomenal. It's kind of an incredible show. No, I haven't. Okay, first off, Shameless, I loved Shameless. It's a really funny show. I will say, though, it may not be your thing, and if it's not your thing, that's totally cool. But Shameless, it's on Netflix. It was this show that was on Showtime. It's so insane. It's so ridiculous, but like it's so well crafted. And like the acting on it is honestly phenomenal. As crazy as it is, like you can't deny how amazing the show actually is. Like, it's honestly kind of surprising how addictive Shameless is, despite how insane it is. The main character on Shameless, or like one of the main characters, is this guy named Frank, and Frank is played by the legendary actor William H. Macy. And William H. Macy pretty much plays like he's the father of 6 kids, but he's like a drunken fool and he basically spends no time around his kids, and so like he's constantly drunk and like high off stuff and going and doing stupid stuff, and he's honestly a huge like selfish POS, but you also kind of love him at the same time. He's honestly a huge jack, but he's pretty funny. And so when we were watching that bar, or looking at that bar thing, it says local drunk telling a high school football story. It made me think of Frank, and I don't think Frank ever played football, but he's a local drunk who tells insane stories, and he's honestly hilarious and brilliant. It's a great show. I do recommend checking it out. However, if you watch the first couple episodes and it's not your thing, I totally get it, because it's not for everyone. It's not gonna be for everyone, but it's a really funny show. Dude, this is a big dude. What the? Look how large his frame is. His legs don't even match his frame. What the? This is a big dude. Soviet water polo and his grandson. He's just got a massive frame, dude. His frame actually reminds me of Luther from the Umbrella Academy. So yeah, like you see what I mean? Like this is what Luther looks like without a shirt. He's got like weird powers that makes him like this. That's what this guy looks like. This guy looks like freaking Luther from the Umbrella Academy. How insane is that? Quit for good. My stop smoking coach with Alan. Is this a real DS game? This can't be real. Because this is real, there's no way in hell this would be re-rated E for everyone. I'm gonna look this up. My stop smoking coach with Alan Gar. What the? This is a real game? What the hell? This is a real game. This is a real game. Dude, that's just like not... That's just against the laws of nature. To have a DS game about quitting smoking and have it rated E for everyone? What the hell? Also, there's no way that's real. And the fact that there's an actual, like, freaking game about stop smoking and it's rated E for everybody, meaning, like, a kid can play it. That's just... No, that's against the laws of nature. Made these on my birthday for work. Nobody really ate them. So I think this guy meant to, like, do one of all of his coworkers. Or she, or they, I don't know. And no one ate them. That's kind of sad. Spend all that work doing something nice and no one pays any attention to you. I feel, oh man. Me watching an AI effortlessly perform a job I got a degree for. Years of academy training wasted. Dude, the amount of graphic design artists who must be getting their ass kicked right now because of AI has got to be off the frickin' charts. LOL for real on, right? Yeah. Millennials. It's still early. I didn't get my first mortgage until I was 36. I changed careers at 40, got married at 48. Yo, on God, I want to talk some like real game right now. I know that like there's a lot of pressure on people like my age to like make it in the world already, and like it's so weird because like I know people like think it's weird that I skipped college because I want to be a content creator, but I'm doing the best I can right now, and I'm working at building the business and building the brand and all that. I'm hoping that this will be the year that I make it. I just want to constantly keep learning from the previous period of time and just keep evolving all that stuff until I can actually get the like pretty much credentials and all that to just make a legitimate business. And people might find it weird that I skipped college to do that, but I figure like it made more sense for me personally to like actually like learn the logistics of the business instead of going and getting a business degree, especially when business degrees don't even really do much for my career. So it's like it might seem like I'm falling behind in a sense, but I am in a way also getting ahead because I'm actually starting early. So it's like it's like if I'm falling, I'm not really falling backwards, I'm falling forward. And so when I see like millennials post this, like they didn't get their first mortgage until they were 36, didn't get married or didn't change careers till 40, got married at 48. It's that whole thing about you can still do it later in life, which is honestly why if it takes me a little while to build the business, I'm honestly not too worried about that because it means I can still actually like get somewhere. And I'm only 20, so I still got like plenty of time. So I'm taking advantage of it now. Is there anybody who's watching the VOD who feels like it's too late? It ain't too late. Just get on that grind and keep doing it. Start doing it. Only high-speed employees allowed. Job description. Must be willing to work in a fast-paced, unpredictable, high-energy environment. On God! On God! I swear to God, like, I haven't applied for any jobs as I'm doing this, but I have, like, been interested in, like, what kind of jobs exist out there. And, like, I see, like, all this stuff about, like, fast-paced, unpredictable, high-energy environment, and they work at like little cubicles like this. Like I swear to God, they have you thinking that it's going to be like the Wolf of Wall Street, and then it ends up being like The Office. Like I swear to God. Okay, this is a sus meme, not because of what it says, because like I don't know about other people, but I don't have 3. So anybody who has 3 of these, I'm sorry, but you gotta go get yourself checked. Why are lobsters cooked alive? Wait, are lobsters actually cooked alive? I didn't know that. Why are they not killed before? It's a good day to learn. In culinary school, our chef had us kill them first. Okay, so I guess sometimes they're killed. There's no brain between the eyes or head. Oh, is there really not? Okay. Also, any pain they would feel, I'm assuming they're not going to feel it for very long. In the state of Missouri, breaks are not mandatory. We give them to help control labor. We also don't have to let you work any amount of time before we cut the floor. There is no guideline in Missouri. With that being said, we do have to give 15-year-old breaks. Okay, 15, this should say 15-year-olds. They forgot to put the S at the end of the old. That sounds like a 15-year-long break. It's like, we need clarification. So I need everyone to understand, we are short-staffed. Lay off about the breaks. If we can give you a break, we will. But if we can't, stop the attitude. From this week's schedule, there will be no set schedule for anyone. What I find problematic about this, especially with like the trend of like quiet quitting, is that I swear to God, like companies will always get on their employees for not doing work that they're not getting paid to do. So it's like, we're understaffed, so we need you to work overtime. It's like, okay, well, can I get paid extra for doing it? It's like, well, no. It's like, well, then why the hell not? It's like, if you want, and it becomes a thing where it's like they end up getting pissed off when employees who literally are like barely making ends meet by doing what they're contracted to do. Companies literally get pissed off when their employees are like, I'm not gonna freaking work for you if you're not gonna pay me more, because it's like I barely make enough doing what I'm contracted to do. So if I'm not gonna get money for what I'm not contracted to do, then why am I, or like why do you even want me to do it? So it's a thing. It's almost like the whole thing whenever like companies like we're like a family, but then the moment you actually have a family moment where it's like, well, if you're not gonna pay me, I'm not doing the work, and they're like, oh, how dare you betray the family like that? It's insane.
Sipping on some whiskey, but I need something stronger. Look at all the fucks I don't give to anyone but me. You always said that I'm a selfish